Hey there everybody, in this video I'm going to show you 3 different Valentine's date night looks. I start off with a softer flirty look and then move on to a more sexier look, and then the third outfit is a little bit more fancy and dressed up, and that one's more of a glamorous look. So I thought between these 3 looks you could probably find something to suit any sort of date that you might be going on. In this video, I'm also going to show you how to keep your lipstick kiss-proof, and at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a couple tips for getting yourself ready for the date, and as well as share a couple of my favorite fragrance recommendations. Now let's get on with the video. I've already done my foundation, concealer, and bronzer, as well as I already filled in my eyebrows. So I'm going to continue on with my makeup from there. I'm going to prime my eyelids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Next, I'm using the Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk and highlighting right under the eyebrow. And I'm also using this on my eyelids. I'm going to start off with the color Tease from the Naked 2 palette, and I'm using my MAC 275 brush, and I'm just going to apply that in the crease and blend it slightly upwards. Now that I've placed the color, I'm going to blend it in with my 217 brush. Next, I'm going to take my e.l.f. flat shader brush and the color Booty Call, which is the 3rd color into the palette, and I'm going to apply that on the inner portion of my lid. Taking the same color and brush, I'm just also making sure that this color is also on the inner corner on the bottom as well. Having a light color like this on the inner part of your eye will really brighten up your eyes, so that's why I like doing this technique. Next, I'm using the same brush and I'm taking the color Chopper, which is this one right here, and I'm just going to apply that on the rest of the lid. It's a really nice bronzy color. Next, I'm taking my MAC 219 brush and the color Pistol from the Naked 2 palette, and I'm just going to be placing that on the outer V of my eyes. Once again, I'm taking my MAC 217 and just blending that in. And just to tone down the highlight a little bit, I'm going to use the color Foxy on top of that white jumbo eyeshadow pencil that we applied earlier. So I'm just going to go over it. For eyeliner, I'm just going to be using a brown pencil, and I'm going to line the top lash line 3/4 of the way in, and I'm going to line the bottom lash line also halfway or around 3/4 of the way in as well. Now I'm just going to take my 219 pencil brush again, and I'm going to blend that in. And now I'm going to add mascara. So this is the Maybelline Falsies mascara that I'm using in the color Blackest Black. For this first look, I'm not using any false lashes, but of course you could add them if you wanted to. For blush, I'm going to be using this color called Angel, and this is by NYX. And I'm applying this with my MAC 168 brush. Now for the lips, I'm going to be using this lip pencil in the color Mauve, and this is by NYX. And I'm going to line my lip line, and I'm also going to be filling in my lips. For lipstick, I'm first applying the color Darling, and this is by CoverGirl. On top of that, I'm going to be placing the color Airy Fairy, and this is by Rimmel. Now with my hair, I curled it with my 22mm barrel of my Titan 3 curling wand, and I curled it with the same technique that I used in my Victoria's Secret hair tutorial. Although for this video I did add my Bellami hair extensions. I curled those and added them in as well. So that added some length to my hair, which I think is a really romantic look. And just to accessorize this outfit, I decided that I'm going to use a flower clip, and I'm just going to pull one side of my hair back, and I'm going to keep this side of my hair to the front. So there's my flower clip. And now I'm going to add my accessories and show you my full outfit. So for this sweet outfit, I decided to go for a strapless shirt, and it's quite a nice shirt. This is from Venus, and it has this lace detail here, and it goes all the way around in the back, and of course there is the little bow applique belt at the front. And I paired this with a pair of jeans just to dress it down a little bit. So this kind of outfit would be great if you're doing more of a casual day on Valentine's, and that way, you know, you're still wearing something nice, nicer than usual, but it's still appropriate for something casual. So these jeans are from Rock & Republic. I've had them for a few years now. They just haven't really fit right for a few years, but now they fit well again. And so they do have some detail on the back pocket there, and they fit really nicely. Now for shoes, I'm wearing these heels. Of course, if heels are a little bit too fancy for wherever you're going, you could substitute these for flats. These are by a brand called Alba, and I believe that they were purchased from AMI Clubwear. Because the pink color is so similar to the color of my shirt, I thought that this would go nicely. For jewelry, I'm wearing this pearl necklace and the matching earrings. And I'm also wearing some pearl bracelets. I know that this large one here is from Forever 21. I'm not sure where the two smaller ones are from though. And I'm also just wearing this cute flower ring, and this one is from Forever 21. Now I'm going to move on to the sexy look, so I'm going to just add on to the makeup that I already have to make it a little bit more smoky, and I'm going to change up my hair just a little bit, but I'll work on that later. I'm also going to darken up my blush color, and I'm changing the lip color. So I wiped off the lipstick that I was wearing, and I'm going to switch it up. So first things first, with the eyes, I'm going to be still using the Naked 2 palette. I'm going to grab the color Suspect, this one right here, and I'm going to be placing that on my lid, covering up what we had earlier put, which was Chopper. Next, I'm going to take the color Snakebite with my MAC 275 brush, and I'm going to apply that on the outer third of my eyelid. Next, I'm going to take the color Pistol and apply that to the outer V of my eye as I did in the first look. I just wanted to darken it up a little bit and make it a little bit more dramatic. I also brought it further into the crease as well, and once again I'm going to take my 217 and blend that out so there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm going to take the color Snakebite one more time, and I'm going to apply that to the outer 1/3 of my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the color Suspect again, and with a different brush, I'm going to be applying that to the rest of the lower lash line and blending it into Snakebite. As a last step, I'm going to take the color Blackout, which is just a matte black, and I'm going to be using my pencil brush again, and I'm just going to apply that more precisely to the outer V. Now I'm just going to blend that out with my 275 brush, but I'm not going to blend it out too much. I still want it concentrated on the outer corner of my eyes. The only change I'm going to make with the eyeliner is I'm going to go over top of the line that I made earlier, but I'm going to use a black pencil liner instead. Using the same pencil, I'm going to line the rims on the bottom lash line. Next, I'm going to add some false lashes, so I'm using the 747L by Red Cherry. Now that I've applied my false lashes, I'm going to darken up my blush just a little bit with the color West Side Wine, and this is by NYX. And now moving on to the lips. So since I'm wearing a red dress for this look, I wanted to match the lips to be red. So I'm just going to line them first and fill in my lips, and then I'm going to apply the lipstick. So this lip liner is 250 Flame by Annabelle. Now I have the lip liner done, so I'm going to add the lipstick. This is the color 190 Royal Red by Maybelline. Now red lipstick can be a little bit tricky on Valentine's Day because you don't want it to get everywhere, especially if you're gonna go in for a kiss with your boyfriend. You don't need your lipstick getting all over his face or whatever. So basically what we're gonna do is take a couple extra steps to make sure that our lipstick stays in place. So first off, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna grab a tissue, and once you've applied your lipstick, just quickly blot it. The other thing is you don't want to get the red lipstick on your teeth at all, so the trick for avoiding that is just doing this. And that'll get rid of any excess lipstick that might be able to get on your teeth. Now what we're gonna do is take the same tissue that I just used to blot my lips, and I'm gonna split it in half, like this. Just gonna separate the two layers, and I'm gonna take the clean one. And I'm also going to be just grabbing a powder. So I'm going to use this one over here from my Coastal Scents palette, just a neutral skin tone one. I'm going to place this tissue on my lips, and then I'm going to grab a brush, dip it in the powder, and I'm going to powder over the tissue. And that should be good. I'm going to test it on my hand just to see if anything comes off. And a little bit did, but it's not as bad as it would have been had I not taken those steps. Now to change up the hair, what I'm going to do is just tease the top a little bit to add some more volume. So I'm going to start a couple layers down, and I'm going to use my round brush for this, and I'm just going to tease the top of my hair. I'm just trying to be careful because I do have my extensions in. If you're wearing extensions, just make sure that you don't tease them. So that's it for the hair and makeup. Now I'm just going to go put on my accessories and my shoes, and I'll show you the whole outfit. This is the second look out of the three that I'm showing you in this video, and this dress is from My Clubwear. I bought it a couple years ago. As you can see, it is a tighter fitting dress, so that's why I chose this one to wear for the sexier look out of the three. And I paired it with this belt. This belt is actually from a completely different dress, but I found that it suited this one well, and it has a little bow at the front here, which you may or may not be able to see. And the dress just has a sweetheart neckline with some ruching at the front. It's still classy enough to wear to dinner or something like that because of the nice 3/4 length lace sleeves. For accessories, I decided to wear these really sparkly hoops, and I decided not to wear a necklace because I love the neckline of the dress and I didn't want to mess around with that. And I did wear a few different bracelets. For shoes, I'm wearing these red Steve Madden shoes to go with my dress. Now we're going to move on to look number 3. Now for the third look with makeup, I am keeping exactly what I had in the second look, except that I wiped off my lipstick because I'm going to change lip colors again. I don't want to add a whole lot more makeup to this look, but all I'm going to do is add a little bit of silver shimmer to my eyelids. This is the NYX Roll-On Shimmer in Platinum. And all you have to do with this is just roll it onto your lids. The next thing that I want to do is make my eyeliner a little bit more dramatic, so I'm going to do a cat eye with some liquid liner. Now moving on to the lips, I was having some trouble getting rid of all of the color from my red lipstick, so I'm just going to use this Laura Geller lip spackle, and it's a lip primer. Alright, now that my lips look nice and zombie-ish, I am going to put some color back into them. So now I'm going to use this lip liner in the color Citrine by NYX, or NYX, and I'm just going to line my lips as usual. Now I'm going to use the lipstick My Treat by Benefit. And once again, since this is a pink lip, you might want to do the whole blotting and powder step that I showed you in the previous look. I'm just going to keep it like this for the purposes of this video. Now I'm going to go complete the outfit and show you what it looks like all together. This is the third complete look, and as you can see, it's the most glamorous and the most dressy out of the three. So I'm wearing this dress. This is from Venus, and it's just a peplum strapless sweetheart neckline dress, and it's one of those sequin dresses that I am in love with. And let me turn around for you so you can see the whole thing. This is what it looks like from the back. And the side. And the front. Now for the accessories, I'm wearing these earrings that I got from a mall kiosk. I'm wearing a necklace with these little bows on it. This is from Forever 21. And I'm just wearing this pink ring to match my earrings. And lastly, for the shoes, I decided to wear these hot pink Charlotte Russe heels. I chose this shoe because I am wearing a brighter pink lipstick. They aren't exactly the same shade, but I like the way that pink looks with black, so I thought that this would be a fun shoe to pair with the look. That's it for the 3 looks. Let me know in the comments below which one best fits the date that you're going on for Valentine's Day in the comments below, or if you're not going on a date for Valentine's Day, just let me know which look was your favorite. Since I'm uploading this the day before Valentine's Day, I thought I'd throw in a couple tips about getting ready for tomorrow as well. So first of all, the night before Valentine's Day, I would do the self-tanning. If you are going to be self-tanning for your date. The product that I used is the $1 Million Tan Icon Extreme. So this is the spray version, and what I do is I spray it into my St. Tropez tanning mitt, and then I just apply it that way. I actually have another video on that, so I'll link that in the description box below. So in terms of time management, if you want to be self-tanning, I highly suggest having a shower tonight and doing your exfoliating and shaving, then apply all the self-tanner, and the next morning after the color has all developed, just rinse off the color guard and you'll be left with a nice natural color underneath. Then once you get out of the shower, you can apply some lotions or your fragrances or whatever. And speaking of fragrances, I just want to share a couple of my favorites if you were looking for some recommendations. So some of my favorites for a date would be, first of all, Pink Sugar. The next one is Love Struck by Vera Wang. And can I just say how awesome this bottle is? It's just so extravagant, but the scent is beautiful as well. And the third one I wanted to share with you was this one by Guess called Seductive. Also, don't forget, I do plan on doing an updated question and answers video in the near future, so if you have any questions for me, be sure to leave those in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.